What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and a chapter came early, man. A chapter came out early because we got a chapter of the Wano Greatness earlier than expected. I had to put on the hat, man. I had to put on the hat, you know what I'm saying? But first of all, above everything else, I wanted to apologize, man, because I know that I said I was going to stream World Seeker last week, but listen, man. Something else that was Santa Hat level took over all of my free time, and I really had to prioritize it because I was loving it so much that I wanted to get it done before I start my new job, which is going to be next week. So I really wanted to finish the franchise before I switch, and because whenever I start this new schedule, I'm not sure what I'm gonna have time for anymore. I mean, of course, I'm gonna make time for this. You don't have to worry about One Piece, man. You don't have to worry about One Piece, man. I'll always make room for this. But for everything else, and that's yes, YouTube related as well. Like everything else on the channel, when it comes to my games, I don't know how everything's gonna go from there on out because I've never had a schedule like the one I'm gonna have starting next week. So it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how that page in life turns out, man. But I want to try it. I want to try it, and we'll see where it takes us, man. But this right here is Santa Hat level, man. This entire series is Santa Hat level. But by God, man, and I just finished it last night, bro. Yakuza greatness, man. Yakuza greatness. That's all I'm gonna say, coach. That's all I'm gonna say, man. But anyways, we are here to read the latest installment in the best-selling manga in history. I'm really excited, man, for chapter 937, especially after the way last week ended with Zoro on the bridge, man, against what I saw a lot of you say in the comment section was a Benkei. And Midnight Akaki brought up that this same individual, or at least the concept of the individual, was brought up in Gintama. And I was like, oh, that's right, that's factual. So we're going to be hopefully reading something either about that plot line, Sanji, Robin, and Nami, and Shinobu. Because after reading, I realized that Shinobu was on top as well. But what's going on with them, or what is going to be happening here with Luffy and Queen? And either way, whichever way we decide to go, I'm all for it, man. Hell, if we decide to switch over to Kaido or Big Mom, I don't know. Well, I'll take it. But because of the way last week ended, man, I really want to see what went down with Zoro, man. So let's take a look right here. Oh my goodness. You look at this cover. Oh, hold on, bro. This might have to be my new iPhone. I just changed my iPhone wall. You know what? I'm going to make this my not my lock screen, but my home screen. I'm going to make this my home screen. This right here. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, man. This is worthy of the best-selling manga in history. Nearly the second best-selling comic of all time, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only. In the Wano greatness, we're in the like swimwear, man. One Piece, dog. Look at this color. Yo, this color page is nasty. You got Luffy sitting in the Gon position, man, holding a blade, and then right behind him you have what appears to be Mother. Is that? The one on the right, that is Orochi, right? That's Shogun Orochi. We have Momonosuke, and then we have, of course, the lovely, amazing, the creature that made that entire portion of the arc so much more interesting than it actually needed to be. But by God, because of the introduction of this individual, almost an entire portion of Act 2 was way better than I initially anticipated, man. You know, shout out to Komurasaki, bro, because if it wasn't for her and Kyoshiro's entire story there, then I don't know, man. I don't know how Oda would have told that portion of the story, but because those two characters are there, we got some of the best content in Wano so far, at least for me. I love those chapters, man, with Komurasaki and Kyoshiro. Then, of course, we have my main man, Foxfire Kinemon, on the left, man. Oh, this is a really nice cover page. Really nice cover page. Definitely saved and will be used as a home screen. And then we have this, my God, Robin. So then we have this cover page right here. We got Usopp with the Viking helmet, my boy Luffy chilling in the Goldie Roger jacket, man, with the Pirate King hat on. We got Nami down here with a what appears to be a man. That's like a different type of bird, man. You see, as someone who loves birds, this is gonna bother me now, bro. That's a oh my god. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's a bird with a crown on its head. All right, it's a bird with a crown on its head. Then you have Mr. Fruit Loops over here, right under Zoro. Got Chopper, Sanji, and Robin looking on the map, while Luffy has his foot on the map as well. Then you have Frankie over here with his toucan, and then we have Brook and Zoro right here on the right. And Zoro's looking at a map. By God, that's the last thing that I would expect Zoro to look at, man. You know what I'm saying? Is a map, knowing damn well that this man always gets lost. So let's see what we got going on. So here we go, man. Wano country en route to Udon from Kuri. So here we have Big Mom, Mama, ha ha ha. But first of all, before I get into any of this, man, like, listen, man, I'm all for switching. I'm all for going from thing to thing, bro. But man, I really, really wanted to see what happened with Zoro, and hopefully we'll get that later on in the chapter. Oh, you like Oshiruko too, don't you, little Tama? I do. It's delicious. Just the thought of the red bean sweetness spreading through my mouth. I know, the mochi smooth texture reminds me of that of a frog's eye. Excuse me? The mochi smooth texture reminds me of that of a frog's eye? By the heavens, that's pretty scary. I'm telling you. You think so? Well, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat some more Oshiruko. She's pretty obsessed with Oshiruko, isn't she? If she somehow recovers her memories once she realizes there isn't any Oshiruko, Luffy will be the one in danger instead. Hey, man, listen, bro. Chopper, at the very least, you're trying. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, my guy Chopper's trying, man. He's trying to get into, like, swimwear and save the rest of the Straw Hats from the situation at hand. You know, shout out to Chopper for improvising, and for, even though we know how his personality is, he's still going about this lie in a way that almost any other individual would. You know, shout out to Chopper. This must be killing Chopper on the inside, man, because we know that he's not the type of person to do something like this, but by God, this is the most human thing. Well, I wouldn't say the most human thing, but you can definitely see Chopper's human side here with him lying just to take advantage of the situation. But he's doing it for looking out for the crew, so shout out to Chopper. Oh, here we go. You see, I'll take it, man. Yo, my boy Luffy was going ham last week, bro. I reread that portion of the chapter while rendering the video. Dude, man, I love how in this arc in general, we have seen him use Conqueror's King Haki to take out so many people. But in a situation like this, with Kaido's crew, and right under one of his direct underlings, like, Queen very well may be the third strongest individual in Kaido's crew for all we know. And Queen's underlings got one-shotted by Luffy's King's Haki. And that to me is so cool, man. It's so cool. Especially in that situation, in that scenario, and what was about to take place. It caught me so off guard. Because whenever it was just classic Oda breaking your ankles panel by panel. Because of the previously established panel, I expected we were going to get Luffy, you know, taking off the shackles and going into, like, swimwear, taking out dudes using Gomu Gomu no and going ham, right? But instead, shackles come off, and what does he do? King's Haki. King's Haki, man. That moment caught me so off guard, but it was so beast. Another loss, now the pleasures have been wiped out too. The pleasures? Yo, the pleasures got smoked too! I did it wrong again. How Rayleigh was about to deflect an elephant's attack without even touching it. His movements were much lighter. Yo, he's thinking back to Rayleigh's training, man. Rayleigh? Strat, man, who exactly are you? Yo, Hyogoro the flower knows of Rayleigh. Listen, well, of course he had to have, because it just makes the most sense. If he was the underworld boss, if this man was the Daigo Dojima of that era, and so there's no way in the Flying Flag he wouldn't have known who Roger and Rayleigh were, especially with Kozuki Oden being a part of his crew. But regardless, it's really cool how he's like, Rayleigh, like, dang, bro, that's who in the world are you? You know that man? You know the right-hand man to the Pirate King Gold Oroja? It's just like wearing an invisible suit of armor. The hockey he showed me at the beginning of my training, it was so advanced. If only I could use it. Mwahaha, you're a tough one, Strahd. If you had let me handle this execution would be over already, Queen. We see Queen inhaling right here. What's the fun in that? The length of time and number of fighters are the most exciting things in a battle. That's interesting. The length of time and the number of fighters are the most exciting things in a battle. So to Queen, the stakes rise when the number of fighters, when it's just one against a whole bunch of people. Or it's the length of time which one can fight. So if one has a time limit, if one can, let's just say, he has 90 seconds to take out said opponent before A or B happens. That's a very, very interesting way of looking at things. Bring another bowl. Yes, sir. How many bowls of Oshiruko is he going to eat? You fool, Oshiruko is almost as important to me as the air I breathe. Yo, hold on. Oshiruko? Bro, that means that Big Mom's about to come up in like Swimmer talking about Oshiruko. That means that he actually does have the Oshiruko here. Which means that when Big Mom gets here, Chopper won't have to worry about that lie anymore. Now when Big Mom gets here, oh snap. Yo, Big Mom's about to throw hands with Queen just because of that. Just because of that, Big Mom's gonna throw hands with Queen. You feel Oshiruko is almost as important to me as the air I breathe. I brought a bunch of it with me, but nobody else is allowed to eat it. It's my favorite. Oh man. Yo, Big Mom's gonna show up and say, that is my Oshiruko, dog. You know, like whenever you show up to a party, man, and you're expecting to eat your nachos with cheese, or you're just your favorite, man, like, whatever it is. You can go up and you show up to your favorite restaurant, where you're promised to have, like, for example, man, hey, listen, it's the safety meal, but if they don't do it right, then I don't know what's wrong with that restaurant. Whenever you go into a restaurant, man, and you're expecting to get your good old chicken tenders with them nice small fries, and you proceed to tell them, like, listen, man, I want some extra honey mustard with that thing, coach. And then they come at you and they say, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any extra honey mustard. That is exactly how Big Mom's gonna feel whenever this dude says, oh, hey, I'm sorry, you can't have any of my Oshiruko. It's like I came up in here like Swimworm, ready to eat a specific thing. You have it in my face, and all that's needed is this, and you're telling me I can't have it, bro? You see, that is whenever there's, and for me, you know, I understand. You know, we run out of food. I've worked in the restaurant business previously. I know how it works, man. But when you come in with something in mind and they don't have it, you're disappointed. And in Big Mom's situation, disappointment leads to destruction, all right? You know, disappointment's going to lead to somebody getting R1 triangled on sight. On sight. I don't care if Big Mom has lost her memories or not. Big Mom does not get this Oshiruko in like 10 seconds of her asking it. She's gonna box Queen on sight. On sight, alright? I'm looking forward to seeing it. And we have Luffy saying next. This man looks so swole now, bro. Wano Country Ringo Bridge. The bridge! Let's go! Highway Robbery Bridge, do not lie to me. How dare you say you met Ryuma? Well, the soul itself was slightly different, but yo, he doesn't believe that he met Ryu. Highway robber warrior monk Yukimaru. What a pitiful lie. The samurai named Ryuma died centuries ago. Legends say that he was able to cut down anybody he faced in an instant. He was an undefeated swordsman. An undefeated swordsman, dude. Legends say that he was able to cut down anybody he faced in an instant. A truly undefeated swordsman. A man like you could never know the true value of Shusui. And he swings, Zoro goes on top. Zoro lands on top of, there used to be this pillar right here on the bridge. Long ago, back when the Wano country was known as the Country of Gold. Oh my, bruh, the Country of Gold? Gold. There were so many pirates who wanted it all for themselves, and so many nobles who wanted to bring this place under their control. There was an infinite line of enemies from the outside world. But Ryuma was the man who showed the world that what Wano country's samurai were capable of. The tale in which he slayed a dragon that appeared from the sky is only one of the many legends about the great swordsman Ryuma. Yo, this is fire! I've always wanted to know more about this man. Ever since we all went through the Barg, we've been wanting to know more about Ryuma, and we knew we would get that whenever we got to Wano. And here we have this dude, Yukimaru, giving us the tale of this man, Ryuma, bro, the Dragon Slayer. After his death, he was bestowed with the title of Sword God. Can you imagine having that title, bro? Sword God? Ryuma, the Sword God? Like, bro, can you imagine just going through Wano, man? Just taking your sweet time. Going through whatever it is you're going through Wano, man. And you see Ryuma walking with sword in pocket, dog, like this. Hey, somebody looks at him like, oh, whoa. Bro, they're going to push him out the way. They're going to take that's the Sword God. Me. Sir, onegaishimasu. Forgive us. Squire. Yo, man, people are going to be bent, put on one knee. Forgive us, my lord. The Sword God? The Sword God, bro. Are you kidding? Yo, somebody comes into any establishment with the name Sword God and everyone's... I'd be sure, especially in a country of the samurai, and you're the... Tell them you're known as the Sword God. This man Ryuma was insane and was buried with the world-renowned blade Shusui. Those two are the national treasures of the Wano country. So Shusui and the body of Ryuma are the national treasures? Oh my god. Bro. That's a confirmation that national treasures of an island don't necessarily have to be something that's very, very important to the rest of the world. It's something that has to be important to that place itself. Which means the national treasure that Doflamingo spoke of could truly be both the straw hat and the person who wore that thing before, as an Im-sama. Im-sama himself could be the national treasure of the Marijoa. Instant Messenger Sama and the hat could be the national treasure that this man Doflamingo was talking about. But the thing is that how is it a national treasure if nobody else knows about it? It's gotta be the hat. I don't know. Yo, like just that line by itself brought up that possibility and that theory once again to light. If a human being after death and the one possession that they were known for in the Shusui and that human being are known as the national treasures of the Wano country, then Instant Messenger Sama and the hat can easily be the national treasure of Marijoa as well. We all kept saying, you know, the hat, it's the hat that's the national treasure. The hat, the hat, the hat. And maybe Oda was telling us, it's the person looking at the hat that's the national treasure, dog. Instant Messenger Sama, man. But anyways, back to this. Yo, this is very, very fascinating stuff. So, Wano was known as the country of gold, and everybody wanted a piece of the pie. And Ryuma was the one that kept everyone out, man. Like, he was the dragon of Dojima. And was buried with the world-renowned blade of Shusui. Those two are the national treasures of the Wano country, man. Sword God. Sword God, bro. I see, so that's how it is. But that has nothing to do with me. You know, this man Zoro smirking while saying that too. You will return Shusui to me. I hate when I don't have 3 swords. You will. This man said, I don't care about your history. I don't care about this island. I don't care about the country of gold. Ryuma, listen to me right now, son. It has nothing to do with me. That was my sword after I beat him in Thriller Bark. The Shusui's mine. You don't like it? Go. We're just gonna throw hands. Why? But you're gonna end up like being like Stephen A. Smith, man. You know how he has that one segment where he has the top 5, and he's like, "Oh, number 5, da da da. Why? That's Zoro." So I was like, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why I can give you this. Number 5, it has nothing to do with me. Why? Because I like having 3 swords. That's Zoro. That's Zoro in this panel in a nutshell, man. It seems like I overestimated you. Shusui's a black blade. It became one after its many battles alongside Ryuma. Yo. Shusui's a black blade, and it became that after its many battles alongside Ryuma. A spineless brat like you has no right to this sword just because you want it. Became one. That's what I'm saying. Became one, almost as if, because of all the bodies it had cut down, it naturally became that. It had taken in so much blood that it became a black blade. That is very, very interesting. Now that he's mentioned, I've always been curious about that. Hey, that black blade thing you've been talking about, is it? And you have a yell? Help, someone please help us. You left an opening. Yo, Zoro looked back and he was still able to block with his backhand. That is true swordsmanship. When you don't even have to look and you're out there blocking like, yeah. Okay, so he blocks. You bastard, don't attack me while I'm distracted. Finding an opening is what leads to victory in a battle. That is why I always wait for the opportunity. Someone please help us. Our lives are in danger. A woman and a child? Oh, snap! They're the samurai. Hey, please help us. Yeah, Voltoko over here. I mean, yeah. We have Voltoko over here. Please, I beg of you, brave swordsman. Yeah, I can't tell if you're joking or being serious. Be consistent. Of course, because it's freaking laughing. Yo, there's that. No. There's blood. They're definitely being serious. They probably aren't joking around. So they're coming over here pleading and asking the samurai for help because their lives are in danger. Oh my! That must have been whenever that village got raided while they were trying to capture Law, and instead ended up capturing Beppo and them. That must have been what happened. The Kaido's crew was the one that took it upon themselves to do that. Can't tell if you're being serious. So here we have Yukimoto once again is coming back for it. We see the blood continue to spatter right here. Spin. And Zoro comes in for the save once more. Yo, my man brought out a scythe. He's got a scythe in hand. Zoro blocks the scythe with his blade. Man. No, this is a completely different person. Yes. It's not Yakimaru. It is somebody else coming in from the back, and this person is a scythe wielder. Not only is he a scythe wielder, it looks like he's a dual scythe wielder from what I can see right here in his in the panel right here above. And yo, this man has bandages on his face, man. Yo, if you guys know me, y'all know I love me some bandages, man. Makoto Shishio, Takatsugi Shinsuke. What, man? Pre-time skip Ichigo Bonkaider in the Soul Society. I love me some bandages, man. So this person has a scythe. Wait just a moment. You're wide open again. Oh man, dude, this man Gyakimaru is he's still trying to go after him. Can't you read the emoji, bastard? Have you forgotten about our battle? I'll get to that in a second. Another weird guy is here. Fa. Look at this dude. Look at his hair. So this man has the bandages on the face and he has long flowing hair in the back. Fa. You're that criminal Zorojudo, aren't you? Why are you trying to save those women? And women, why are you trying to save that child? A wanted criminal from the flower capital, Kamazodo. You the manslayer! That is just... I love Oda, man. I love Oda. This man takes the manslayer concept, which we are familiar with, and he is familiar with because of the Bachosai Rurouni Kenshin, or Himura Kenshin, from Rurouni Kenshin, because he was the assistant for that series. So we all expected to see, whenever we saw the Batosai, or at least I expected him to be of like the same type of way that Kenshin was. But completely the opposite. Kamazo the Manslayer actually looks more like Makoto Shishio, and he's rocking 2 scythes. He's dual-wielding out here, man. Dual-wielding scythes, and it just so happens to be this in the same exact scenario where Zoro doesn't have his third blade. So now it is dual-wielding Zoro against dual-wielding Kamazo. Well, technically Zoro has to fight against 3 swords because he's fighting against the other dude as well. So, yo, we finally get to see Kamazo the Manslayer, and he looks beast. I'm not gonna lie. I love the hair, love the design, the scythes. Anybody with scythes, I love it. I love scythes, man. It's one of the coolest looking blades, one of the coolest looking weapons that I've ever seen, man, in anything. You put that in any game, series, comic, the scythe always looks cool. And when it's demonstrated correctly, and when it's showcased correctly, it is a banger. 100% at all times, it is a banger. So you have a scythe-wielding manslayer against Zoro here, man. My target is that jester in your arms. I'm here only for that child. Jester? Oh, Tokoyo. You're Akamoto the Manslayer, famous in the capital for murdering indiscriminately, but you're actually Orochi's trained assassin that's just using that as a ruse, right? Nobody else would want to kill Otoko. Oh, snap. There might be a shoot. How do you address the Shogun so impolitely? I should be the one asking who you are. My God. So it was all just a ruse. That the Manslayer was actually working for the government the whole time. Flipping Oda, man. Going again, once again, going up against my expectations. If anything, I was expecting the Manslayer to be against and as a revolutionary against the government. But instead, no, the Manslayer himself, with the supposed name Manslayer, is actually the #1 assassin for the head honcho Orochi. That's interesting. Please help us, Lord Samurai. I will repay you in any way I can. Well, I don't really want to see a woman and a child get killed right in front of me. I'll help you if you give me some booze and food after. Of course. It's Zoro, but I can't blame him. Of course, all right, it's a deal then. Oh man, yo, when Zoro says something's a deal, bro, he's about to go in, man. He's about to take on these dudes 2-on-1. Just give my man his third blade already, dog. Go ahead and try. I don't care who interferes, because I was ordered to kill anyone who stands in my way. Killing someone who serves under that guy is gonna cause some problems later, but. And then here we go. He blocks the scythe once again. You don't need to worry, because you will be the one who dies. And then we see he swings forward. Zoro goes in. Zoro, with no hesitation, swings right for his face. Did he manage to cut off his hair? This guy is strong. Can he go sloping backwards? Are you finally going to fight seriously? And we see Zoro takes off, he takes off the garment he had on. What's going on? Oh, Gakimura, he actually sat down. He's not interfering. Oh, no, never mind. No, he's not. You're wide open. And he goes in, tries in for the attack. He has a scythe coming out of him. Oh, Lord, what the heck? Saying Zoro gets sliced right into the middle of his chest? No, not his chest. It looks like it's getting him right here. Right here, going above, right next to the shoulder blade. Dang, bro, that scythe got him right clean through. This is not what I was expecting, man. I was expecting this man Zoro to go ham. Drip. It's stuck. No! He did it on purpose! In order to lock him in there! I'll make do with just this then. My 3-sword style. Rengoku. Okay! Let's go! And the fact it's a double spread, man! He said, oh, a wound to the blade? Right into my shoulder blade? Listen, man. This is how... Oh, yo, you gotta be kidding me, bro. You have gotta be kidding me, man. This man Zoro said, I'm gonna block that attack with my shoulder blade. You wanna go blades? Cool. So this man, when he saw the scythe coming in, pulled the shoulder in, the shoulder blade takes the hit. He locks the scythe in there and proceeds to hit him with a Rengoku Onigiri, man. Let's go. Zoro greatness. Oh man, dog. Hold on, I gotta read this one more time. He's complaining that it's stuck in his shoulder blade. Zoro's laughing like a menace, dude. He's laughing like he's a beast, like he's a demon. He's like, yeah, like I got you now, huh? And then he takes that. I'll just make do with this then. He takes the very same thing. He rips it out. Puts it in his mouth. 3-sword style. The person that is watching this battle unfold says 3 swords? Rengoku, Oni, get it! Get him out of here! Looks like that's the last page, but at least there's no break next week. That is the last page. Flagnards, man. Dude, I'm so happy Oda went back to this, man, because, you know, even if he would have stayed with the Queen stuff, I would have been cool with it eventually. And same thing with what was going on with Big Mom and everything, because now we have build-up going on to what's going on over there. But man, after last week, this is what I was waiting for, man. And we got way more than I initially anticipated, bro. But shout out to this double spread of my man Zoro going in there like wetware, dog. Double spread, man. Dedicated to this man being a beast. Locking in the scythe, saying, "Oh, you're not going anywhere now, coach." Takes that very same blade and finally has the third sword to reveal the Rengoku Onigiri, man. Amazing. And now Kamaza the Manslayer gets smoked. Bro, this man Zoro using a scythe, dog. He's using his two blades and a scythe. Like, you know it's godly when you have a scythe. Zoro using a scythe and his two swords, and you see the black aura coming from it. The Ashura aura, man. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. Yo, man, what a chapter. First, we had the beginning of the chapter where it was just Oda foreshadowing what we're going to get later on in the chapter, with now that we see that Queen actually does have all of that, or the food that Big Mom wants. But not only does he have it, he doesn't want to give it to anybody. Like he said, yo, this is my favorite and nobody else can have it. Big Mom's going to be coming in, knocking on the door for that at any time. And Luffy's still fighting all the individuals there in a tournament, and even proceeds to foderize and is utilizing his training with Rayleigh as trying to get better with hockey right here and bloom it right here on the battlefield against these guys, because he realizes they're so fodder. I might as well use it to test out my techniques. Like whenever you're fighting a computer in a fighting game, like whenever you're in the lab in Smash or in Tekken, Street Fighter, and you're just fighting some random computer in lowest difficulty, man, or on no difficulty at all. You're just trying out a whole bunch of combos, trying out some moves, trying out to perfect everything you possibly could. That's what Luffy's doing against these fodder individuals that are in Queen's crew. He's taking this advantage to create some combos, create some techniques, and utilize the very same moveset to the exact same way that Rayleigh used back during his training, and is trying to do it in the best way possible. So shout out to Luffy, man, for having that fighting game instinct in him, just in general. And then, of course, we switched over right here, man. And first of all, just Wano being the country of gold is so interesting to me, man. Because now within Wano, this could very well be connected to the Emerald City. And the Emerald City could very well be Onigashima, for all we know now, because the lost city of... Well, no, that's El Dorado. Hold on, let me go back to volume 25 real fast. I think it's volume 25. When Bellamy... Hold on. Let me see. I think it is in this volume. It's either this volume or volume 24. I think it's volume 24. Alright, let's see. Where is it? There we go. The age of pirate pipe dreams is over. El Dorado, the Emerald City, the One Piece. So just basing it off that, and we know that the Lost City of Gold was actually up there in the sky, but with the Emerald City, man, we've had so much speculation on this very topic, and the very simple fact that this is a pirate series, and that Wano is now confirmed to be a country of gold, like the gold country, back in its heyday. That, I mean, how far back are we talking, Coach? You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course it was during Ryuma's era, but before then. That must be why the Kozuki family and the Kozuki clan held so many secrets and knew so much about the world that they hid it in as poneglyphs all over the planet. Because if they were the true country of gold, then they must have seen the true horrors of society firsthand. Because they were the country of gold, they realized the best and worst of people. You know, whenever you have money, man, you're always going to have individuals going to be coming in and trying to get it. You're going to try to improve themselves by getting what you have. And if this was truly the OG country of gold here in Wano, man, then back in those times, during the era of Lady Toki, when we assume it's the Void Century, that would reveal why it is that the individuals of the Kozuki family knew so much about the world. If at that time the country's borders were truly open and everyone tried to get a piece of the pie, that means that they have to have known everything. I had always wondered how it is they knew everything that they did know about what was going on in the world and how they were able to open it up to everybody through the poneglyphs. But with this statement, it's not even that they would have had to go anywhere else. They could have figured everything else by people coming to them, individuals coming to them, and doing this. And then after that, they said they would set to sea and put the poneglyphs in all these different locations. It's interesting, very, very interesting, man. I'm sorry, I have so many things running through my head right now when it comes to Wano and the possibilities now, because now that Wano is not just a samurai country, bro, which is what we were all anticipating. Now that Wano was previously known as the City of Gold, that brings the pirate aspect of it into here as well, man. So I want to see how Oda plays around with that later on in the arc. But, man, dude. So we had that, and then we have this man Yakimaru putting over. Well, let me go back one more time and make sure I have this man's name correctly, yo, because Gyukimaru, not Yakimaru, Gyukimaru, and he this man was putting over Ryuma, extremely putting him over. Saying he was an undefeated swordsman, known as the Sword God. That when everyone else tried to invade the country, he proved what Wano's country's samurai were capable of. And the tale which he slayed a dragon that appeared from the sky, man, the Dragon Slayer. Wow, man. And that he and Shusui were the national treasures of the island. Some crazy stuff right there, dog. Shusui, man. Now I want to go back and reread that fight into the bark. After this, I really do. Man. So we continue off from there, and we see that somebody else comes in and interrupts the battle, and it's Otoko and somebody right next to Otoko, who obviously does know something here about the three sword style. And then we have blood coming down right here. Then we have our three swords, just based on what was going on right there at the end. Something about the three swords must have caught her off guard, because of whether she might have seen it before, or something maybe in legend, or whatever. It just maybe just caught her off guard. She was like, three swords. But regardless, we even get to see Kamazo the Manslayer for the first time. He once again wielding scythes, which is so cool to me, and bandages. And then Zoro right here, working on a 2-on-1, takes advantage of the entire scenario by allowing himself to get hit so that this person cannot escape him. Takes his blade. He allows himself to get hit so that, so that not only can he not get away for a second, but he also takes it so that because the blade is lodged in there, he can then use it himself, put it in his mouth, and use it as his third blade. That is so beast to me, man. That is manliness incarnate. Whenever, because of this situation that you're placed in where you cannot be full strength because of something unforeseen that had happened before, then you have to improvise and adjust to the situation. And this man Zoro adjusted the situation. All right, man. He took a hit just so he can grab that third blade. This man Zoro just used a scythe, man. A scythe! I can't begin to explain how cool that is, man. My guy is out here using a scythe as his third sword, bro. This is the third blade, man. So awesome. So awesome, man. This is, whenever I was speculating and thinking and talking about Wano for so many years, this was one of those things that I just wanted to see so bad. I wanted to see Zoro take on another swordsman of his caliber, which at this point, because of how easily he took out Kamazo the Manslayer, we can assume that Kamazo the Manslayer isn't even on this level. But still, having another swordsman, I was just wanting to see, where does Zoro rank among the swordsmen of Wano? And I always wanted to see him have some sort of standoff. Now we see the Gyukimaru and him were having more of an equal encounter. But then this man, Kamazo the Manslayer, comes up into like swimwear, attempting to go after Otoko because of the shogunate situation, which I was originally under the interpretation that it was Kaido's men that was taking over that village, just based off of what we knew before. But it actually wasn't. It was Kamazo the Manslayer under orders from Orochi to take out that kid. And now Kamazo the Manslayer got taken out by Zoro, of course. But man, it's so cool just to see this man Zoro taking on another swordsman in Wano, takes his own scythe, his own blade, and pones him with it, man. With a Rengoku Onigiri, bro. I look forward to seeing what, because Oda doesn't include anything like this for no reason, so I wonder why it is that she's so fascinated by the three swords concept. Is it just like how it was earlier on in the series, when people saw Zoro with three swords to be like, oh my god, he's using three swords? Is it like that? Is it like one of those where we know how everybody was shook whenever Luffy used his Gomu Gomu no ability on this arc, and it reminded you of the beginning of the series, where like everybody was like, oh my god, he has Gum Gum abilities. But here, that devil fruits don't exist to them. It's magic. It's wizardry. It's something that shouldn't exist, right? So to them, they were obviously fascinated by that. But when it comes to the three swords and her saying it, is it more than just her saying, oh, three swords? As in, like I know somebody else like that? Or is this the person I've been waiting for, whatever the case may be? Or is it just simply, just like in the beginning, where everybody was just so shook at this man using three swords that they're just pointing it out? Like, oh my god, this person's using three blades? It could be either one of the two, but regardless, man, what a fun chapter. What a fun chapter, man. So much fun stuff. I can't wait to continue either of the storylines. When Big Mom gets to Queen's territory over there on Udon, that's going to be so much fun. Can't wait to read that. Luffy continuing his training against those fodder individuals. Train himself up, learning his combos, getting into like swimwear. And then, of course, this chapter right here with Zoro finally taking on another samurai. And Kamazo the Manslayer, a dual-wielding scythe user. And he uses his own body to be able to take his very own scythe and use it for his own. Man, what a beast chapter, bro. What a beast chapter. I'm so glad I had the Santa hat on, because it is rightfully deserved of it, man. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have an awesome sauce of a day. Keep a lookout on the channel for other things I'm going to try to. Now that I finished Yakuza 6, I'm going to try to get some other things completed before everything changes next week. So we'll see what happens there, man. Once again, I don't know what I'm going to do about everything else on the channel, but just know that One Piece is staying. This is the reason why I started the channel. So don't worry about One Piece. When I stop doing One Piece, that's probably whenever I stop just doing YouTube in general. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. And even if I can't do reactions to One Piece, I can promise you that I will at the very least be doing discussion videos or like post-chapter read reactions, but the content for this series will always be on this channel for as long as I'm doing the King Recon channel. When I can no longer do One Piece or whatever, or One Piece is on the channel, that means the King Recon channel doesn't exist. It's just the way it is. This is the soul of the channel. So I don't worry about the series. If everything else goes down, this is the one thing that's sticking up. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see y'all next time. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with World Seeker, like I said before, because I really, really want to play it on stream. I haven't even gotten a chance to play the game yet. So we'll see what happens there, man. But I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. And for the Zoro fans out there, man, greatness. Today was a good day. All right, and I'm not even a Zoro tard, man. I mean, I am a tard because I love the character a lot, but he's not my favorite character or anything. But still, man. My boy went in, you see the gains he put in, and as he should, he put in the work, went in like swimwear, hit that R1 square. Purgatory greatness, man. I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Zoro for the win, baby.